so that we cover as much of the United States as possible. And that's why it's a continent, so that's why we are not all in one place. They have been visiting other areas. This is a mixed audience of Sudanese, maybe predominantly Sudanese, and friends of Sudan, Americans, and people who are interested in the Sudan. So my remarks or my presentation will try to address both audiences, which are now one audience. Let me begin by greeting you and wishing you a happy New Year. Nisba le Sudanese al mawjudin ana ma shuf intum sanad fa let me wish you a happy New Year and success in your endeavors in the United States, whatever you are doing. We have declared this year, the year 2002, as a year of peace, reconciliation, and unity. Nisbale into my Sudanese and Mawjudin. Oh, the Nial has arrived. Nial has arrived. And Commander Taban, I was introducing them in absentia. But they are here. They just arrived. I am hopeful that this year will see an end to the war and usher our country in a new era of a just peace that is based on achievement of full and total freedom, so that our long-suffering people engage in socio-economic development and achieve prosperity and stability in their lives. I will talk on the problem of Sudan, on the civil war, and the prospects for peace. But before I begin my presentation, I want to express my happiness for being in Iowa again, having lived in Iowa for 8 years. And so if I live to be 80 years, I shall have spent 10% of my life in Iowa. I am therefore an Iowan. I was at Grinnell College yesterday, where I have very fond memories, as I have of Iowa State. On the occasion of this homecoming visit, I want to pay tribute to the two institutions, Grinnell College and Iowa State, and to the people who have helped me realize my educational dreams. People like Professor John C. Dawson, whom I met in Grinnell yesterday and who might be here in this hall. People like the late Professor John F. Timmons, and his widow is here. I want to pay tribute to them. And many others. I say thank you to all those who interacted with me and helped in shaping my views and my ideas and views. I was told 2 hours ago before that I will be talking today about the fundamental violations of human rights in Sudan. I did not know my topic, I just found out. There is no contradiction between this topic and what I had prepared to talk about, which is the problem of the Sudan, the problem of war in the Sudan, and the prospects for peace. According to my new topic, I have amended my discussion topic to read as follows: the problem of Sudan, fundamental human rights violations, and the prospects for peace. I think that makes us all comfortable. I'll divide my presentation into 6 interrelated parts. First, the problem statement. I have learned at Iowa State and at Grinnell that you must delineate the problem. You must delimit. I think that's the word we used to use. You must delimit the problem. And so my first presentation will be on the problem statement, human rights violations by background and the context. My second topic will be the response of the SPLM-SPLA, and that will cover the objectives of the movement of the SPLM-SPLA. The SPLM-SPLA, for those of you who do not know the acronym, it stands for Sudan People's Liberation Movement and Sudan People's Liberation Army. My third topic will be on the new Sudan as a vision and as a method of the liberation struggle. My fourth topic will be the new Sudan as a method for achieving peace and self-determination. And fifth is the present political and military situation and the prospects for peace. And finally, I'll give back the microphone to Dr. Halland so that he will moderate the discussion that will follow. So I'll try to run through my subject matter quickly so that we'll have time for interaction. Let me therefore begin with the problem statement, the problem of the Sudan, its background and its context. As you all know, Sudan has been at war within itself for 36 years of its 46 years of independence. Why? What is the problem? Why should a community subject itself to generations of war and suffering? In my view, the attempt by various Khartoum-based regimes to build a monolithic Arab Islamic state to the exclusion of other parameters of the Sudanese diversity constitutes the fundamental problem of the Sudan and defines the Sudanese conflict. There is war in the Sudan simply because the Arab Islamic State can only be imposed by force. These are the problems that were alluded to in my dissertation, and on which Professor Halland talked about, that in any situation of marginalization or lack of development, there will be disaffection, that will result in instability, and that can result in war, and that is what has happened in the Sudan. I want to illustrate and discuss the problem of the Sudan and its possible solutions on one page. I have illustrated this on Venn diagrams. I illustrate the problem here, the problem of the Sudan, on one page, presenting the problem and the possible solutions. The problem is indicated by Model 3. Model 3 here is an Islamic Arab Sudan model. It is the existing situation. Southern Sudan then, they tried to accommodate it within the parameters of this model. Model 4 is a hypothetical model. It is an indigenous African secular Sudan model. If this model were to be put in place, those who are not indigenous Africans would be accommodated just as the South here is accommodated. That's good. Yeah, there is a solution. Now, on Model 3 here, in terms of the demographics of the country, in 1955, before the British left,